All right, welcome to our webinar tonight. I'm really excited to introduce you to some of our superstars on our team, and I'm really excited for you all to hear all of the nuggets that they have to share. We ran a contest this January that allowed everybody to get points for certain activities and for helping people get healthy, and then also inspiring other people to join their team to also get healthy. And so I have a great little panel here that we're just going to throw it around. If you've got questions, feel free over in the chat box on the right. You'll be able to see where you can type in a question, and we will do our best to be able to get to your question and get those answered. So before we get started, I'm Reagan Dean. I'm a National Marketing Director. I've been with Juice Plus almost 12 years. March 1st will be 12 years. And I love that I get to help people get healthy and stay healthy, and be a good DJ and put myself up here. And so we have a team all around the world that are inspiring healthy people, and our team is growing all the time, and you'll see why when you get to meet these amazing people who have joined us. So let me also then introduce you to Miss Audra. Audra, tell us all about you.
Hi, my name is Audra Thompson, and I live in Edmond, Oklahoma. I'm a sales coordinator with the Juice Plus company, and I've been with the company for 2 years now, and I'm just having a wonderful time helping people get healthy.
Awesome. Fantastic. Miss Courtney.
Hi, I'm Courtney Johnson. I live in Chandler, Oklahoma, and I am new to Juice Plus. I am a DD now, and Juice Plus really just goes right along with my career path into physical therapy and health and nutrition.
Awesome, and you're an Oklahoma physical therapist, and so obviously you're on Audra's team, right?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
We love our medical professionals, that's for sure. Miss Heather.
I'm Heather Amasio, and I'm up in North Vancouver, Canada. I've got 4 boys, so I'm just a stay-at-home mom right now, and I've been with Juice Plus for about 2 years, just taking it easy, and now I'm ready to go. So that's it.
Fantastic.
Okay, did you say Holly?
Yep.
All right, my name's Holly. I'm from Minnesota. And every time I talk to you guys, I feel like my accent just gets worse and worse when I talk to people who aren't from Minnesota. But I am a sales
Minnesota accent.
Yeah. I am a sales coordinator, and I joined the business a year ago. And so I stay home. I have 4 kids, and I homeschool them, and I do my Juice Plus business.
Fantastic. Miss Mel.
Hi, I'm Mel Simon. I live in Boulder, Colorado, and I am a senior sales coordinator with our company. I've been with Juice Plus for about 6 years now, and I have 3 boys. I almost wanted to say 4 because I'm trying to, Heather's got me beat there.
We'll count 4.
Yeah.
We'll count Garrett in the 4.
We'll count Garrett for 4. There we go. And I just love inspiring healthy living around the world, and love that I get to make a difference in people's lives with their health and their financial situation as well. It's really fun.
And Miss Sue.
I am Sukan Hood. I'm a sales coordinator in lovely Casa Grande, Arizona. In addition to being a certified yoga instructor, I'm also a weight trainer, certified weight trainer, as well as a group fitness instructor, and I share Juice Plus right alongside with what I currently do, and I've been with the company just about 7 years now.
Yeah, and you guys, by the way, Sue has the most amazing physical fitness of anybody I know, so I love that you're on our team being able to share that, and what a great example you are, so fantastic.
Thank you.
Well, first of all, guys, I just want to say thank you for doing such a great job on our January contest. What did you think of the contest?
Loved it. So fun.
Absolutely loved it.
Awesome. What did you guys like about it?
Well, I thought it was, personally for me, I thought it was just business changing because it gave me the organizational structure that I needed to say, hey, if I want to get this many points, I actually have to have that many events or that many orders or combination thereof in order to actually reach that goal. So it made me put events where I would normally just say, well, I could do an event this week. I made events happen. I was doing 2 to 3 events a week, It was huge, and that's not even counting my one-on-ones. So if I needed more points, I had to fit in another event. So it was big for me.
That is so great. And so, Audra, obviously you did a really good job at that because you were the top of the top. You're the top of the pile here.
Yay!
So,
Congrats.
you won $250 and a free conference ticket.
I did, yes. That was my goal. I needed that conference ticket. I wanted to get a little extra cash for conference, and so I did it. Yeah.
So that
good.
pretty much, I'm sure will pay for your airfare and your conference, and you'll just now maybe this month win your hotel money, I suppose, huh?
That's the plan.
Okay, and I have a question for you too, because you were at my house in December briefly, and I had a little bird, maybe your little sponsor, whisper a little sweet something in my ear that said, you know, I wish I could get Audra to do some events. I don't know what's holding her back, and we all know how amazing you are. And so you started doing events. Why did you start doing events?
Well, it was part of the game. That was motivating. I needed to do events to have the best bang for my buck. I am the queen of one-on-ones, so I do tons of one-on-one work, and that's my basis for all of my customers. So doing events was a different thing. I had to find where I was going to do events, because I don't do them mostly out of my home. I do them other places because my home just isn't convenient for me. I've got a lot of family around doing other things. So finding a location, etc., was a challenge, but I figured it out. So, and it was largely helpful.
And so give us some ideas. Where'd you go?
Well, I went to a coffee house down the street. I went to a yogurt shop down another street. I met at a restaurant. I did some events for Courtney, so I was going to Chandler multiple times in the month to teach her how to do events and also present for her events. So yeah, there were a lot of different places. Panera Bread is wonderful. I love Panera. They love me. So
that's good. I love Panera too. In fact, that's why you're here, remember, is because I met your sponsor at a Panera Bread.
That's right. That's right.
We love Panera. It's my favorite place. Awesome. And then Courtney, you came on board, and so when we say events, they can be anything, right? So what did Audra come do for you?
She pushed me, and it was great. I needed it because I had not been active in Juice Plus for the last year that I've had my distributorship, but she really encouraged me that now's the time, and I got excited about it, and so she helped me have the events at my house, and now getting a little more confident to do one on my own soon.
And am I right, besides getting the contest money, you also might have got a bonus from the company?
That's right. Yeah. Yep.
So, a couple $100 a month just in bonus money, not so bad. So, did you think those when you hosted something? Did you do that at your house? Or?
Well, originally, yeah, I was starting at my house, but now I'm starting to get more excited about it, and so I'm sharing more with my family and with different patients at the clinic, and seeing people who have medical needs, and now I'm starting to feel for them and feel like, oh, I actually can do something to help you. This is helping me. This is helping me feel better in general, and I want to help other people feel better.
That's beautiful. I love that. It's fantastic. So, anybody else? I think all of you on this whole here at the top is you guys were the ones that had the most events. Am I right?
So
Yes.
Yes.
The word event can sometimes sound a little, it's an event, it's a big deal. We just like to say events because we used to say wellness presentations and healthy living parties, and so I kind of lump whatever you're doing in a group as an event. So what other kind of group get-togethers did you all do?
Facebook.
Who did Facebook?
I did.
You did? Heather,
Yes.
you did?
Yes.
Tell us about that.
I loved it. It makes it a lot easier. I didn't have to clean my house. Usually my kids were in a, they're noisy and chaotic on the side, and I didn't have to worry about it. I just zoned in on my Facebook party and had fun with it and went back to life.
And did you do the Facebook party where you're just using the posting of the comments or the chat, so there was no live conversation?
We've been doing the live chat, but we've been kind of tweaking it because the live chat we find is just getting a little bit, it's making the time too long. So we're kind of tweaking it. But for the contest, that's what we did, is we had a live chat with conversations. We had posts and videos, quotes, different little things.
How long did that take you to do your Facebook parties on average?
30 to 40 minutes. So
Yeah.
we're trying to get it a little bit shorter, but
I see you got quite a few orders out of that. So did you find that the magic was that you needed to actually follow up and know who was on your party?
yeah.
That was a good test, by the way. Yeah.
So, yeah, follow-ups are my weakness, so it was good to push me. I wanted those points, and I knew some of those customers were really close, and once I did the follow-ups, that was kind of what sealed the deal.
And how did you do the follow-ups with them?
Texting or calling, just kind of whatever felt more natural with kind of how we'd already started the conversations. I kind of just asked, like, what were some of your interesting things you got out of the Facebook party, or what did you find interesting? What did you have questions? And I mean, some of them took a little bit more. They wanted more information, and some of them were a lot of work. But I got an order, so I got orders, and it's addicting. It's fun.
Yeah, once you try it and get past the fear, right?
Yeah.
I heard a great quote today that said, just because fear knocks at the door doesn't mean you need to open it.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that great?
That's good.
I like that.
Yeah. So, Holly, I know you did some Facebook parties, too. In fact, you're kind of the instigator of kind of getting that rolling on our team as fast as it did. So thank you for that. So tell us about your experience. So first of all, I just want to congratulate you. Out of everybody, you hosted the most events. You hosted 5 big events and also Facebook parties, and you got lots of orders, and you also had Anne join your team. So
Yes. Yeah, well, you know what? I started out, and when you posted that, I think I mentioned this in the Voxer, but I thought if you put a contest in front of me, I just like to challenge myself, and I'm like, let's go. Let's see what I can do. So I would sit there, and I would pull up your little point thing, and I mapped out in the beginning of the month, how many points do I want, how much money do I want, and how many points can I easiest get there. That was my strategy. I thought, I could get it with product orders, or I could get it with, the first one was conference, like who's not, we know we're going, so I know I had 50 points in the bag, and then I was like, how am I going to get the next 50? And so for me, I thought hosting an event was easy, or bringing a prospect to an event was easy. Those were the two that I thought for me would be the easiest. And so I thought, if I'm going to bring a prospect to an event, I might as well host it, because then that works. And so I kind of went from there. And then from the Facebook parties, for me, I'm like with, I think, Heather. Like, I got 4 kids. My house is a mess right now. It's clean right here, where you can see behind me. And I'm still, like, watching the door when the kids are going to run in or whatever. But so, yeah, I thought Facebook, because then I thought my goal was I could host a Facebook party, and as long as I get 1 prospect there, it counts for points. So I just kind of started basic with that, and that was doable for me. But we know to get 1 there, you got to invite like 10, right? The odds, the averages are you got to invite. So I ended up, inviting 10 to get 1, and then a few more would show up. So I just kind of kept that through. We did, I think we did 4 Facebook parties. We do them Sunday nights. And then since I thought that was easy for me to get the points, then I asked my team, I was like, you guys, just host it and get 1 person. You get 20 points. That's all you got to do. And so it just kind of was like kind of trying to feed into them, like, oh, that's all, and yeah, just to get 20. So we just kind of were in the beginning of the month thinking how we were going to add our points up. And to me, that was the easiest. So that's why I started there.
yeah. And gosh, load your car, take 5 people to an event. That's a lot of points.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, my goal with the events was for everybody to, it's easy to do one-on-ones, and I know we've got a great question on one-on-ones coming up, but if you can maximize your time by putting more than 1 person in your car, or having more people come into your home, in that same hour. And some people are like, oh, it takes too long to do event. It doesn't, because what are you sharing at your events? What's your information you're using, guys?
T30.
T30.
Mm-hmm.
Who else? Ever using T30?
That's been the focus at ours too.
Yeah, and that's working
One
well.
simple change.
One simple change, Transform 30, awesome.
I've been doing T30, but I've been doing the next best thing and kind of wrapping T30 into that.
Yeah.
It's been working well.
Awesome. Fantastic. Doesn't take very long, does it?
Nope. 20 minutes. 25 max.
And Melanie, you actually drove with me. We drove 3 hours up to Steamboat Springs to host some events for our team, which is always super fun to be able to go see people live. And so tell us about that. What did we put on up there? And you and Jackie did all the work with that. So I just showed up and was the body in the room.
Yeah, I felt like I just showed up too. Jackie put it all together and got the people there. We did a Friday night event that was an Own Your Own Life, just kind of happy hour. Really just come meet some of our business friends and have a cocktail with us, have some appetizers. We kept it really, hi Jeremy. Kept it real. I see him peeking over in the background. Are they answering my question yet? So we just, had a great happy hour on Friday evening that was, like I said, totally low-key. We talked about the T30 program and our Juice Plus business. I'm sorry, what?
We didn't do a presentation. We just talked to people as they came in.
Yeah. We just talked to people just super casually, kind of one-on-one as everybody was coming in, and just talked about the T30 program and the business a little bit, and we just kept it light and fun and simple, and it was a really, really great time. We got some new distributors on our team from that. Sorry, I'm ringing over here. And then on the next day, we did a brunch at Jackie's house in the morning. It really was just a come by, have a smoothie, and we did a little bit of a business training, a little bit more of more details on the Own Your Own Life, kind of what we can do with our business opportunity. And it was pretty, it was also casual. And Reagan did an amazing training on, inviting to events and hosting events and the T30 information. And we just kind of got people re-inspired up there about our program. And I thought that was just really what an amazing opportunity to have 2 100 Club national marketing directors, in a living room with Richard and Reagan there. That was just, it was awesome. So, and I got our team up there re-engaged, and that was great.
Yeah, so fun. It's fun to create that community.
It was.
Mm-hmm. I think Melanie gets the award for the best background. I'm just saying.
Right? Thank you. Like Heather, or who was it? Was it Holly that said, "Well, this is the only thing in my house that is clean right now." So that's all. Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Zebra.
And Sue is amazing because she goes and does all kinds of talks in all kinds of different places. She's a Toastmaster, and she went in and did a fit talk. Tell us more about that.
Well, some of the things that I do is I contact businesses, and I'll take team members with me, or I'll take new people that want to learn more, and I'll just do a full presentation about Fit for Life. And I do a whole PowerPoint presentation. I've been doing them at my Toastmasters groups, and I'll have you know that I have 3 distributors in Toastmasters now, and most of the people that are there are customers too. So I do the presentations, and people listen, and it's a captive audience. Toastmasters is you stand up there and you have that 15-20 minute window, and I talk to them, I educate them, and a lot of one-on-one for me. And I'm also a member of our Chamber of Commerce here. And I attend the morning events, I attend the evening events, and I always do one-on-one, and I always get business cards. I call people up, and I ask them, are you interested in doing networking? I've never had somebody say, oh no, I couldn't possibly want to sit down with you and tell you more about what I do. And I always just ask them, well, let's talk about that. What do you do? You know, and we have a coffee. Starbucks, they know me at Starbucks. My barista knows me by name. The people, oh, hi, Sue. They all wave because I don't, personally speaking, maybe you guys don't mind having people come to your home, but I would prefer to go to a public setting, especially if I'm meeting men that I don't know. Let's just go there. So it's easier to have a nice, easy spot to meet somebody, and you can sit down one-on-one there, or you can have a team member with you, and you can do a little three-way chat, and that works really, really well for me as well.
Yeah, and you had two people join your team, Jessica and Trish.
Right.
So by getting out, you're probably one of our most consistent team members and always have been in getting customers. So the fact that you have some team members coming in is really, really exciting. You've got an awesome team going on down there. So
thank you for saying that. It is. I've always been more of the other side of the fence, the 85%. I'm always working the customers. You know, I have over 200 customers plus, and it's easier. But this contest really pushed me out a little bit more and said, hey, get your happy ass out there and get some new distributors. So I said, okay, that's a good challenge. Thank you, Reagan. You're giving me money to do that? Okay, I like that.
Anything with a little cash will do once in a while. Sorry, Ripley's insisting on being a movie star. She's gruffing at me, so I have to pick her up. So at least she's not trying to be loud. So I'd love to answer. Jeremy has a question here. He says, what are some of the tips that you have for doing one-on-one events? Do you show videos, or do you have a planned presentation? Let's throw that out. Whoever would like to answer.
I'll start.
Okay.
So I just make it really simple. I don't take a lot of things to my one-on-one. Typically, if it's a Panera or at a coffee shop, I don't want to have a lot of added baggage. So I just take the brochure for Orchard Garden and Vineyard and Complete and a Tower Garden brochure, and I just briefly go through each brochure. I hit the highlights, they ask questions, they order. I don't think I've ever done a one-on-one that I didn't get an order.
Yeah. For sure. And do you think, Audra, that's also because, I mean, you have a lot of belief behind the product. I mean, you get to see what happens with your patients that are taking that. How would you combat that objection? Well, you're a physical therapist, you're medical, so everybody's going to say yes to you, because that's not really true. Why do you think they order from you just off of a brochure?
Well, I think it's my posturing. I think that I'm confident in what the product is. I think my experience with the product, I think my family's experience with the product, research with the product, even with no experience behind it, I think that it speaks for itself. So when I talk about how I got involved and that the research cinched it for me, I really think that speaks to them, and they go, oh, it's researched. I mean, I don't have to go through the research. I just say it's researched, and there's a lot of truth that follows that. A lot of credibility.
Awesome. Anybody else? What are you guys doing for one-on-ones?
I do the same thing, actually. I'm very, very similar to going out and I sit down and I just take the brochures out as well. And I think that, Audra, you and I do the exact same thing. I mean, I rarely have somebody say no. I mean, I talk about the research as well, and I always do, no offense to the other products out there, I always say, well, what are you taking? You know, what are you taking currently? And what kind of research is there on that? And let's talk about that a little bit. Wouldn't you rather take something that's whole food with research behind it than your same priced, similar GNC product with nothing behind it? I mean, why is that? You just kind of ask them, not confrontational, but you just ask and make a conversation about it. And people are like, oh, well, I didn't know. That's the first thing they usually say. Well, I didn't even know. Or, gee, I thought it had research. And I said, well, I spend a lot of my time looking up other companies, finding out about them. And I said, I can share with you honestly that they don't. They may have 2, and we have 31. I think 32 now, right, Reagan?
I think it's going to be higher than that at conference. We'll find out if you come to conference.
I'm going to be there. That works anyway. I just wanted to say that works really well with me too, just taking the information along. And I'm not as techy as all you guys out there, okay? It's not an age thing, it's just I'm not quite there yet. So I don't have a little iPad and I don't go and I just put it all up here. I'm the old paper and conversation face-to-face. I think like Audra, that's what she and I do.
Let's go to the opposite end of the spectrum and go to Melanie, who is techie, who doesn't carry paper anywhere. Tell us about what you do.
Okay. Well, first of all, it starts with the conversation. And the first thing I ask people is, what motivated you to want to meet with me today? And I get them talking right away. And, or I say, something, if there was one thing that you could change about your health or your kids' health, what would it be? And I just start there and let them tell me, what's going on? What's going on with their health? Why did they think, why were they interested in wanting to get together? And I learn a lot from that. And then I can kind of figure out through that what I'm going to share with them, whether it be the T30 program, which for me, that tends to be where I go as far as pulling up on my iPad. So I take my iPad and then I'm able to show them right then and there the online brochure that we have for the Transform 30 program, kind of flip through that, show them a couple videos, and kind of navigate through that with them. And the biggest piece I feel like is that I share my story, and my story about what has happened with us on the product over the last 6 years, and how I can't imagine not having Juice Plus in my life, where our family's health would be, and why I share it, and why I want them to know about it, and why I want to gift the information to them. So that.
Oh, she froze her a little bit.
Or my MacBook Air, or whatever it is that I have that day, and just kind of go from there. If it's super casual and I didn't even really know it was going to come up, but all of a sudden I'm doing a one-on-one, my smartphone works just as well as all of those, and I tend to always have a thing of earbuds with me, and I've been known to share earbuds at a table with somebody, so we're both kind of listening to a video at the same time. So that's kind of how I do it in a little bit, I will also, even then, what I think is fun, I don't know why I love the app, but the being able to just put an order in on your phone as they're sitting there, and I'll kind of start it off for them and put the products in that they need, and then I just hand it over to them, and they're sitting there typing their stuff in and then getting out their credit card, because that's next. I don't even have to ask them, because it's just next, and so I think that's really cool.
Yeah, I saw you do that when we, Melanie hosted an event for the whole town of Boulder. Any distributor could come, sidelines, everything. It was for Prevention Denver, actually. And she was crazy enough to actually make the lunch for 50 people, and it was so delicious.
It was fun.
Besides making lunch, which would have totally put me under, she also had 11 personal guests. She also had her team, who she invited, who came, who are now engaged and getting started. And then she had her iPhone being passed around for all these people that were ordering. It was so much fun to see. So it was pretty cool. Yeah. So it doesn't have to be hard. Whether you're paper like Sue or techie like Mel, it all works.
It all works.
Yes.
Exactly.
Anybody else want to chime in on that one?
I haven't done as many one-on-ones, but I love three-way calls. It helps answer. Yeah. I don't feel like I always have the answers to, or the background, or the confidence, whatever, to always answer some of those questions. So I've been liking three-way calls.
Absolutely. We've done quite a few, and I know you've done ones with other people. And so the good thing about you doing three-way calls, Heather, is that you do a really good job of prepping them before we get on the phone. So it makes it really easy for the person that you're talking to share information quickly. So I just want to say great job on that. And then, Courtney, I'm coming back to you for a minute, honey, because you are brand new. How many events did you have in January?
In January, we did 2.
2. And
three.
How many
3. Oh, sorry, 3. Thanks, Audra.
How many customers did you get? Do you know?
I believe 7, 8. And I'm up to 11 now.
Yeah. Oh, already?
I had another order last night, so it's been on the roll.
10 orders your first month in the business, which is just awesome. So anyway, great job. So then, how much follow-up did you have to do with all those people one-on-one?
Most of them ordered at the event. I'm still following up with a couple of people from the beginning of January because they said they had to wait about 6 weeks because of some medical issues to begin Juice Plus. And so I'm still texting them every once in a while and say, hey, I just want to let you know I'm feeling great. And I'm still feeling good on this. And I just wanted to keep you informed that I'm ready to talk whenever you are.
I love that. That is awesome.
That's great.
You know what? You are so not pestering them. You're just sharing, and you're excited, and they're gonna come on along. So, what a blessing you are. That is amazing. Okay, I had some other questions for you guys because I don't want to keep everybody for too long. Unless if we've got people on the chat bar, feel free to put your chat question in on the right. What pushed you guys out of your comfort zone with this contest?
I'll go. I guess things have a way of working. I feel like things have a way of working themselves out sometimes. And this contest came at the perfect moment. Our little guy just got diagnosed with epilepsy. And so that has just been my new why, and I need to keep pushing through it. And, I mean, I need, I guess, to help. You know, sorry, I'm getting emotional now. So there's a few different reasons that helped me push it. The contest kind of came in with the diagnosis and just wanting to get him on more Juice Plus, so I needed to be getting more customers to help cover my cost more. So just kind of lots of different things that came at once, and it was a perfect time to help push me through some of my scared moments. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Awesome job. I'm sorry to hear about your son, but I know, aren't you glad he's getting all that great nutrition?
Yeah, it was like the first thought I had. It was the most, like, the peace that I had as soon as we found out and everything was happening. I was just like, I'm so grateful for Juice Plus.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Awesome job, Mama.
Can I tag on that?
Yeah.
Is it okay if I tag on that? Well, like I said, I've had my distributorship for a while, but seeing a competition helped kick me into gear. And then also my husband is in the construction, so it's either feast or famine with that. So he saw me get a paycheck from this, and hearing Audra say, "Courtney, you hit your $100 plus bonus," and so now he's bringing me customers, and he's saying, "Hey, this person might want Juice Plus," and so he's getting excited about it, and that's exciting me that he's on the same page with me.
Yeah, you'll have to get him to come to conference because we have a lot of fun. We got a lot of really, really awesome husband and wife teams, so we're glad to have him on board too. What else? Push you out of your comfort zone, guys.
I would say I also love a contest, so I'm always game, and I think that this is super fun. But I do have to say, I don't know why, but you talk about events and doing them, and all of a sudden you start getting nervous, like, oh my gosh, I've got to invite to events and to put events on my house, and I don't know about you guys, but that always kind of makes me a little bit nervous, and I loved that I was kind of pushed out of my comfort zone there, and I had to do it, and I wanted to do it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that really wasn't that hard, and I had 11 people at that first event at the very beginning of January, and I'm like, why would I not have people at events? It was so transformational for them, for me, for the whole thing. I mean, it was just like, why would I not have people come to an event and see other people wanting the information and loving the information and then wanting to do events, you know, at their own house? Like, what am I doing? But there's a little bit of that fear there. And so, you know, just a little push was great. So thanks for, you know, putting this contest on, because I think it was exactly what Heather was saying, exactly what I needed to go for it, and what Courtney was saying as well. Just that a little bit more incentive and something fun to do together was
absolutely.
Reagan, I also liked how it wasn't just whoever got the most amount of orders; it was personal best. I liked that. So everyone's at different levels, and so
yeah.
Yeah, and there was a lot of way to get there's lots of ways to get points. We're doing it in February. I added like the Tower Garden on there and changed just a couple things just to clarify. But yeah, anybody could get there. Obviously, I mean, we have Courtney, who's brand new, who's at the very top of the leaderboard as well, and we have people that have been around the business for a long time. So, you know, for me, I think that sometimes we have a contest, and when there's only going to be a few winners, people give up right away. And so, we're really trying to create that community with everybody. You can do something, you know. And if you got any points, you're a winner, you know. Maybe you were one that got some points and didn't necessarily win money this time, but certainly you can. And then the 300 points to get, which Audra got, which a lot of other people got really close to, that was a stretch. I actually made that really hard to do. So, congratulations. Yeah. So,
thank you. And you know, I will say that when I'm at conference and you hear those people talking about how it was the end of the month or it was qualifier day and they were up till midnight, you know, putting in orders and they were rallying with their team, I totally felt that because it was the very last day that Courtney and I had 2 events. The first event, no one showed up. So I was like, there's 20 points I have to make up. Oh my goodness. So on the phone, it made me follow up right away with people I had communicated with just recently, which got me out of my comfort zone. You know, that really pushed me to do my follow-ups quickly instead of putting my follow-ups off till the next month or never, which is horrible, but, you know, it happens. You know, you're just like, oh, I can call them back, right? So it was just amazing. At 1:30, I'm finishing dinner with friends, and I'm like in my car in the parking lot making follow-up phone calls and text messages to see who's going to answer me so that I can put in their order. It was hysterical, but it was awesome all at the same time. It felt so good, and how rewarding it was to have that kind of action in a month. I felt on cloud 9. I deserved a break. I deserved a rest. It was great.
Awesome. And so the people didn't. Did anybody get orders from the people that didn't show up at the invitation?
Yes.
Yeah. That's a good lesson. Just because they don't come doesn't mean they're not interested or won't order. Great opportunity. Yeah, invite them again or set up a one-on-one. It's perfect. The invitation opens up the door to the conversation. Wow, you guys have talked about events a lot more than I thought you would, but I love it because it really is the secret to all of your success. And I'd love to hear from you guys just a nugget. If you had somebody brand new starting, from what you learned from kind of pushing yourself through the contest, what is a nugget you would give them that would allow them to have a little easier walk down the path than maybe what you did?
I'll take that one. I'll start out. Okay. Well, just since I am brand new, I would say find someone who is more excited than you about this. And as Audra is that person for me. She is more excited, and she pushes me to be more excited. And so I'm hoping someday I'll have somebody that I can be more excited than them to get them going. And so definitely finding someone who will motivate you.
Awesome. Love that. Get a buddy. Thank you.
I'll take on to that about the finding a buddy. I really kind of took this contest as well and really used it to try to encourage my team. Because, and I've joked with Reagan about this, but I thought it's so much funner to encourage them with Reagan's money than my money. So, yeah. So I just kind of kept encouraging them. But it was really fun. Like you guys said, we were like Saturday, the same thing. We had events on Saturday, and we were on a 3-way call with a few of my team members trying to figure out our points and make sure they were correct and make sure it was the way it was supposed to be because we knew we had till midnight or they weren't going to count. And I spent so much energy really trying to encourage my team to just get some points because there's a sense of accomplishment that you don't always feel even though you see it in your paycheck. And I think, too, as a stay-at-home mom, no one pats me on the back or tells me I did a good job as a mom for the day. But to see I won a contest, I totally was like, I love that sense of accomplishment. So it was really fun to pass this on to my team and to encourage them. And I had said to them, at one point, maybe 2 weeks in, because I knew what kind of activity we were having coming up. And I was like, I want our names up there. We're a team. We're doing this together, and we're all going to make a little extra money. So I'm just really, that buddy part and getting your team together to get on board was probably the most rewarding part for me. And then that rewarding part even surpassed just the extra financial, extra money or whatever. But just seeing, so many of my team's names up there, whether big or small or whatever, was just really rewarding. And it made it so much funner since we were doing all these events.
6 of your team up there, so great leadership for you and your team. That's huge. So way to go, Holly. That's just, that's exactly what it takes to grow a team, is to encourage other people, and you're so good at it. So thank you.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, great job, Holly.
And Holly, did I see that you just hit 3 club?
Yes, I did.
Congratulations. That's so awesome.
Nice.
That's great.
That means on senior sales coordinator, she's knocking on the door.
Yep.
Oh, your contest for February is coming.
Oh, it's here. Keep going. Anybody else want to share a nugget?
I think the nugget that I would share would be to set a goal. I think it's hard to sometimes set a goal when you're not really sure what goal to set. You definitely want to have a lot of events. You want to have a lot of action. You want to make a lot of contacts. But to frame that contest and to know that 300 points is hard to get to. So regardless of whether there's a contest or not, I'm striving for 300 points. That means I have to have that much action on my calendar. So at the very beginning, I already have my calendar for February figured out. I know how I can get there. But like I said, regardless of whether there's a contest, I know that's what I need to do. I need to get that many points each month.
Man, I ran a contest.
Love your contest.
Oh my gosh. We know you're motivated to win more money. That's funny.
Or it's just an organization. Like I said, it's not necessarily about the money. It gave me a framework for my business. So it was helpful.
That's okay. It's fun to win money, and it's fun to be active and do things that are good for the people. So awesome job.
Now I know what being in the flow means.
Exactly, huh? Anybody else?
I guess just because sometimes it can be overwhelming when you hear how others are being so successful and you feel like you're not seeing results. So I guess even though it sounds simple, it's not always easy. But when you do get your hit of a good, either customer or distributor, or you get orders, it kind of gives you a little bit of a high to get over those no's that you just rejected. I mean, some of you guys say you don't get noses very often, but I've got a lot of no's, and there's times I've really wanted to quit. But this momentum, and I guess that was the difference, is I was doing something every day in January opposed to just hit and miss off and on, and it was when those goals were hit, I guess, and it was exciting and addicting and got you over the hump.
That's right. That's a great analogy. If you look at athletics, like Michael Jordan missed more shots than anybody else. That's why he was the best, and Tiger Woods the same way. So. Sometimes it's just a matter of just getting started. That's the hardest part. And so I love that you said consistency, because, I was told a long time ago that you can't get there in spurts. That came from our other wise National Marketing Director, Jennifer Myers. She said you can't build this in spurts and get there. And that's really true, because when you hear people that have made it, they, even if they've been in and out, they finally get there, it's because they had that consistent action for that time. And that's what put them up. And a lot of the reason that is because people, if you're leading a team, like Audra and Courtney are a team, if Audra disappears, poor Courtney, what's she going to do? It's not any fun. You get tired of following her around, and right? So, Audra. She'll stay in. She always does anyway, but I'm not. But anyway, awesome. Love that, Heather. Thank you. All right, well, we are on the nose at 7:45. Unless anybody has one more nugget, I think we'll let everybody go and get busy on our February contest, which is at our pinned post in our Facebook group. So just visit the pinned post. So any other nuggets?
I don't know, but I think we should hang out like this more often.
Me too.
This is so fun.
I know.
So I'm thinking that maybe March we'll put Google Hangout Facebook party as one of the points. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
I think that would be awesome.
Okay, I'd love to hear how that goes. Well, thank you guys. You guys are all the most amazing, amazing, amazing people. I love you all, and I can't wait to see you guys soon at conference. Keep building. Good luck in February to everybody on our team. Thanks for everybody for tuning in, and we will see you next month when we have our new lineup there to share more fun things. Thanks, guys.
Awesome. Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye, everybody. Bye.